The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting group. Access Fort Wayne is a department of the Allen County Public Library. If you or anyone you know might be interested in making a television show, please call 260-421-1250.
Hi, welcome to the Kachmann Mind, Body, Spirit Show. You are going to love this show because it has about how we feel. It's about our endorphins, and you will, believe me, know and understand the science of it, which is not well known across the world, how it can affect your health and how you feel every day. So let's get on the road, okay? We need to start with a smile. The endorphin effect. Every cell in your body, can you believe it? Every cell in your body, we're talking about billions upon billions. Every cell in your body has endorphin receptors. Here's a cell, they have receptors sticking on top because if the endorphins come, that information will go inside the cell. Okay, so every cell has endorphin receptors which are not addictive or damaging to you. Well, that's instant. It's not like sugar enters and damages the cell. Endorphins do not damage the cell. They create physical pleasure, and anesthesia to pain. They can relieve pain. So if we start singing, for example, and you have a pain problem, the pain will become less because your endorphins are the chemicals that do that for you and me. So, and they are 1,000 times stronger than morphine. Would you believe that? Yes. Your endorphins are so much stronger than even morphine, and I will teach you how to produce endorphins to make your life easier. They work towards the healing of the wounded and diseased tissue. You can heal better if you release some of your endorphins. They boost your immune system. The cells that attack the cancer or the bad feel hormones, yes. Providing a foundation for maintaining a strong vital health. So endorphins have a lot to do with health, and you have control of these endorphins by doing certain activities. They create physical feelings of well-being, which in turn translate into emotional and mental well-being. I'm not feeling so good because of this information that came to me, which could be health or a problem in the family or at your job, and you can release some endorphins and start feeling better. So they cause a physiological health and happiness. They make you want to sing a song. Baby, it's cold outside. Create euphoria, bliss states, where you're really feeling good. Maybe you listen to some music, or maybe playing your favorite sport, or some information brought to you. A new baby in the family will release endorphins, and you will feel good. And so create euphoria, bliss states in which people experience a deep, even spiritual connection. People, I respect all religions, but endorphins are released by belief and faith, and that's important. So they have a spiritual connection with all also with all nature. You walk through the forest and all of a sudden you're feeling good, or you're looking up at the heavens and you see the stars or the sun or the moon, and you start feeling better because they release endorphins. There is an electric magnetic energy throughout the universe that separates the planets, puts them together, and so it is in your body. So create euphoria and bliss in which people experience a deep spiritual connection with all nature and the universe. So they're all interconnected, maybe at a very low electrical activity, but they are connected. And so endorphins account for the euphoric rush with experiences by athletes during continuous exercises. I played pickleball, I used to play tennis. Just walking will do it, will release endorphins, and you're feeling good. And the electrical magnetic energy in the forest will be exchanged with you, and you will feel better. And then all of a sudden you look up at the sun or the planets and you're feeling even better. So also during lovemaking, a climax, a cascade of endorphins saturate the whole body. That's why it can feel so good. Endorphins are created in every person, and experiences of pleasure vary from person to person. It could be a song. It could be a song, or a smile, or a soccer goal, or pickleball where I'm spinning that ball. Watch out, I'm a spinner. And a hug from your cat or your dog. I remember years ago I had a patient who had wrist pain and nothing helped her. She saw me again and again, and I cured it. And you know what I did? I told her to get a little dog. She came to see me 2 months later, brought the dog to the office. She says, "My wrist pain is gone." Well, that little dog gave her company and caused the secretion of endorphins, and her pain went away. That's a true story. That's a true story. And I understood that when I was a practicing neurosurgeon. I understood how the mind connected to the body, and I learned a lot about it. That's the reason I really, and this could be done with a dog or deer. I have a cat at home, and just the sight of it will secrete my endorphins. And so these feelings are brought on by these chemicals. It's a chemical reaction. These feelings are brought on by these endorphins. These are hormones made in your body. We have them. They're connected to every cell. So by the time I finish this lecture today, you should know a lot about them. Incidentally, I'm quoting a lot out of a book that you can get it at the library, but actually I see you can buy it. It says US $16. I suspect you can maybe afford that because it has it in tremendous, tremendous detail. I'm quoting from it literally, a great book. I would imagine, though, I've learned a little trick on Amazon Books that if they might say the original price is $16, usually they have a used copy which will look 95% like this copy, and you can get it for $2 or $3. Yeah. So check on that. So that's a great book to read because this is a very important part of our life. That's something we can do to make us feel better and make us healthier too. So they are a miracle. The endorphins are a miracle. And God, nature, whatever, built that into our whole body. Every cell secretes them. So, and if you're in a bad situation, at will, but you can, if you can produce morphine at will, music, laugh, have a smile on your face, have soft eyes, you then will feel better. So it's a basic life skill that I want you to learn. I want you to learn. And this will go to YouTube, incidentally, the show, within an hour. So you can go YouTube, Rudy Kachmann, Endorphins, and this 1 hour show will come there, because you may want to watch it 2 or 3 times, because this is so important. So you need to learn this basic life skill. So everyone needs it. Then you have a method without depending on other people. It is yours. You own it. You can sing. You can walk. You can exercise. You can have soft eyes. Many ways to do this. So you can develop this skill, and I want you to learn it, okay? So you can work with your endorphins, and it's the golden nectar. Let's face it, it's the golden nectar. It's freely available. It costs you nothing. Read this book or watch this show a few times. Maybe this show today, watch it again and again on YouTube. So the endorphin effect can enhance your life. You have a better life, okay? It affects your health. It will. Negative thinkers are more likely to have more illnesses, yes. Real happiness in life comes within you. And I'm going to show you how to connect your brain to your body. We need to connect the two. Exercising your spiritual values has benefits too. And just look at the sunrise. That'll cause you to secrete some endorphins. Or go in the mountains or swim in the ocean. And reading a good book can do it. I read a lot of books, and we do all these TV shows, 2,000 books in my basement. And when I'm reading, I'm feeling good. I suspect endorphins are flowing when I do that. So endorphins can be brought on by music, food, sport, art, children, your children especially, but other children can do that too. I was at the Arts Center, at the Pearl Arts Center, taking a singing lesson, which makes me feel good. And there was a little girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sitting across from me, and just to watch her with earphones on, and she was looking at a TV screen. Her sister was taking a music lesson, and then I was watching all this. It made me feel good. My endorphins were flowing. So do you sense the power of nature and the universe? Just, like I said, a walk through the woods. I look at the sun. I look at the stars. I look at the planets. I look at the Milky Way. Can cause secretive endorphins. So nature and the universe provide a great deal of the stimulus for you to secrete yours, okay? Do you have a sense of peace? If you do not, a good way to do is to develop how to secrete your endorphins so you feel better. That's what this is all about. So life has a meaning, and perhaps you can discover the meaning for yourself, okay? So it goes from a mystery of life. Why are we born? Why someday we not be here? But it's been a mystery. But you can manage it a great deal by following my suggestions, maybe reading the book. Endorphins also give you physical feelings. It's not just in the brain, but also through physical feelings. So Candace Pert, P-E-R-T, wrote a book that I read over 20 years ago. Molecules of Emotion. She explains the science of how we think and our gut, the connection of the mind and the gut and the gut and the mind. They're interconnected through hormones, chemicals, nervous system, parasympathetic, sympathetic. Excellent book to read. You also can get it on Amazon, new or used. When I read her book, I discovered a lot of the patients I was looking at, instead of just looking at the x-ray first, and some you had to, it was broken or something, I would always say to the patient, what's going on in your life? A lot of times they say, well, you know, my husband left me, I lost my job, I have 3 children. Real stories, telling you a real story. She was being destroyed because of lack of endorphins. So endorphins are related to health and immunity and physical function. So in the central nervous system, remember I mentioned it can cause pain modulation. You can have less pain because you secreted your endorphins, your feel-good hormones. Chronic pain can be reduced by that. Intestinal problems. Remember, the mind and the gut are related. Yes. The gut secretes most of the long-term feel-good hormone. Serotonin is made 80% in your gut. Who makes them? The bacteria that are living in there. Yes, you have bacteria. Yeah. Millions and trillions of bacteria live in your gut. So that's not really inside you, it's outside you. You can look at my other DVDs, YouTube, Kachmann, gut, and learn more about it. So it affects the cardiovascular system. Their temperature regulator affects your respiration. The rate you're breathing affects your endorphins. You can relax by breathing slower and paying attention to your breath will produce endorphins. So it regulates pituitary hormones. Yes, appetite stimulators, the ones who stimulate appetite, the ones that reduce appetite. And it also, they can be produced in childbirth. I remember seeing a lady near the end of my practice, and she attended some of my lectures, and she just had a baby. I saw her husband walking down the hall in the hospital, and went up there, and a baby had been born. I said, well, what did you use for a pain reliever? He said, Dr. Kachmann, I'm disappointed in what you said. You told me to breathe real hard and think some happy thoughts and put a smile on my face. I didn't have any pain. That's a true story. I didn't have any pain. Yeah, that's a true story. So my thoughts on this was, brought on over the years. I built on my knowledge, and even one of the times I was right. I realize now I was right. I even was so stimulated about the mind-body connection that I built an auditorium in the hospital I was working in, Lutheran Hospital. That was 30 years ago. 30 years ago, yeah. And I walked through the hospital the other day and went to the basement. It's still there. It's still there. I wanted every doctor to walk in and teach their patient about this, what I'm talking about today. But it appears 99% of the time who showed up to give a talk on this beautiful auditorium, me. Mm-hmm. Doctors hand out pills and shots. A few get it, but many still don't get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry to say. And the hospitals, they're here and they're coming in, and I read their latest notices. At no time do they speak about how to prevent a disease, just how to treat it. Maybe in prevention there isn't any money in it. I don't know. That's up to them. But I am passing the word. So endorphins are found in the single-cell organisms. Yes, They are so far based in nature, they're found in single-cell organisms. They have endorphins, feel-good hormone, yes. So it's been in nature for a long time. And other animals, they all make them. Yes. Plants don't make endorphins, but they do make some enzymes. They make dopamine, for example. Mm-hmm. Plants do make them. But all animals have endorphins in them. That's why when you hug them, you're not the only one feeling good. They're also feeling good. And so happiness and pleasure are built into the biological foundation of the human body. Let me read that to you again. Happiness and pleasure are built into the biological foundation of the human body. When you affect, if you're happy, if your eyes are soft, you get a smile on your face, it affects not only your brain, but the brain is connected with hormones, neurotransmitters, nervous systems, with the rest of the body. So every cell in your body can feel good. And neuropeptides change how the body feels. Endorphins, largely a feeling of pleasure. So external stimuli perceived as pleasure triggers endorphins. So when you look at something, you look at a painting or look at a beautiful sky or listen to something great that has happened when your kids just pitched a ball game, another one hit a home run, that'll secrete your endorphins. Hey, I'm in heaven. And so in the measurable internal events purely with, and they can trigger endorphin secretion too. So pleasurable events occurring in your body, and we talked about them before. The trigger for endorphins doesn't care what the source is. It doesn't care what the source is. It could be a song, it could be music, it could be a vision, it could be a touch, it could be a hug, it could be your pain went away. So thinking or looking at a Mona Lisa, a painting, it may have the same reaction, but the reaction may be different to different people. Depends how you look at it. The mind affects your psychoimmunology. The cells, enzymes that defend you against other disease are affected by how you're thinking. Negative people more likely to have a disease than positive people. It affects your immunity. For example, one person maybe doesn't prove anything, but when you look at it, I'm 89, okay? No illness, no pills, play pickleball, tap dance, take vitamin M. What's that? Music. And sing some songs in the morning. And so let's connect this a little bit more to healthcare. It's important how your mind is working. Holistic healthcare. So there's a harmonious flow throughout the body. So the endorphins can make you a good amount of endorphins, more likely to make you healthy. You don't secrete endorphins, you're more likely to be sick, because I already told you it affects your immunity. Isn't that interesting? So endorphins need to flow to boost the immune system. You got to be a happy person. You're more likely to be immune, and maybe that's why I have never caught the flu, maybe in 20 years. It's sad to see the flu, about 10 to 50,000 people die in the U.S. due to the flu. A virus. And a virus is a sugar eater. Viruses are dead. You can find a whole hour on that on my YouTube, incidentally. Just go YouTube, Rudy Kachmann viruses, and learn about the physiology. But that could be prevented. That can be prevented. University of Chicago proved that increased doses of endorphins are produced by laughter. They scientifically proved it. So laugh. I'm telling you to laugh. Find humor in things, even if they're not great things. But if you laugh, you'll do better. The people around you will do better. So Eastern medicine has understood this a bit better, and they use yoga, qigong. They understood this years and years ago. They realized it physically affects you because of endorphin flow, and the environment around you improves your physical well-being. They didn't know what hormones were doing it, but they understood it thousands of years ago. So the metaphysical feel-good entering the bliss of feels. They knew how to produce bliss in you through laughter and walking and walks in nature, which they did. And they developed incredible pleasure experiences from meditation, from watching how quick you breathe and repeat the same word, and learn more about meditation. And in the Eastern nations, they did it. They would have silence for 5 to 6 hours. They would hear nothing. But then they would maybe take a walk in the woods or sing a song, and they had a incredible flow of endorphins. According to, this is interconnected to the science of the universe, okay? According to quantum theory, okay? The quantum field provides an underlying reality to the cosmos above us. There's an electromagnetic field up there between the planets that's how they keep their distance, that's how they get together. And in these quantum field theories, there's a contrast between solid particles and space, but they both have energy, not just the solid particles, but also the space. Particles are merely local condensations of the field, of the energy field out there. Yes, so just because you see a round planet, the field around it, which has nothing solid, also has electromagnetic energy. So our consciousness experience of life may be that we are isolated units, solid objects, but the underlying reality is that we are like more like currents in the ocean than a solid object. I'm getting you to understand about the electromagnetic energy in our body and in the universe. And in our body, the electromagnetic energy is very low amounts of energy, but it is energy. And that affects us. So the energy is of benevolent, and it does the quantum field, okay? Can we accept that the quantum field is to be good, benevolent, or creative? Or does it have a goodness in it? Does this energy in the universe, not just us, have a goodness in it? There's mainly good. It feels good. It inspires people. Does that prove that the universe hums with benevolence? You may need to help me answer that question. Restrict your vision to the purely human realm. The pain is too obvious. Expand your perspective to include the planet. So don't just think of your pain, but try to smile, try to sing a song. develop a strawberry. A strawberry makes you feel good, but our strawberries can be laughter, smile, soft eyes, a hug of a pet or a dog or a wife or a husband. And so it includes the planet and the universe. Into the soul of animals, against it all. Is it acid or honey? Depends how you're looking at it. Depends how you look at it. So there's a harmonic. There's a harmonic in the universe. There's a harmonic in the universe. The magnetic fields of that flow through the nature and the universe are good for us. They are absolutely necessary for our health. So we don't just look at our own body, but we also look at the universe and the stars, the walk in the woods and the ride on a horse and a boat ride and look at the ocean. That will secrete endorphins. The body contains a fundamental, important group of hormones, okay, whose purpose it is to measurably improve your health. Yes, and when industry introduces other hormones, it affects you. A baby cow, for example, when the baby is born, it's immediately injected with a growth hormone to make it so much bigger so it will secrete more milk. You need to read about that. You can find that on my YouTube shows. These endorphins are even found in one-cell organisms. Isn't that something? In the whole body, not just the head or the heart. A cat in my lap or a dog in your lap, for example, causes secretion of endorphins. I feel a warmth in my lap which comes up my body. My heart opens up. I feel pleasure in my solar plexus, in my head, behind the eyes. So endorphins are the bliss fields. The key the effects concept physically triggers the feel-good relaxation response. That's what endorphins mainly do. A pleasurable event it melts the body tension that we have. It melts the tension away. So we are a bioenergetic being. Your true environment is an electromagnetic field, a very low energy, but it is indeed there. Your body is the universe, okay? Waking up, your body needs your mind's attention. You wake up, you need to pay some attention to your mind. Maybe you relax, maybe you dream, maybe visualize a painting or something happy. Maybe you got it on the wall like I got. I have two famous dancers. When I look at them, endorphins are secreted, and I feel better just looking at the pictures. So I want you to develop a number of ways that, remember I call them strawberries, that you can have a list of strawberries, things you do to feel better. So you're the winner if endorphins increase. So living in fear produces disease, and you don't move as good. So pause in the morning, perhaps, or the night, and look down into your body. And the original Aboriginal people years ago looked at nature and the land. I remember someone going to Africa, and they ran across the most poor people. They had nothing, but they were very happy. They were extremely happy. How do you explain that? Well, they were secreting their endorphins. They looked at the heaven and the sun and developed a system, and the stars. A lot of their religions were based on the stars and the planets. And a lot of the original people living in the United States were that way, and that type of thinking was stolen away. And they have been living that way for thousands of years. Very happy, very good-looking people. But then Columbus came and brought the virus over, and they had no resistance to it, and killed them all. That happened. Read that history. Interesting reading about it. So, just sitting under a tree, people can sense the atmosphere of a powerful tree by just sitting down under it, and like I do, look at the leaves, look at the tree, look at the bark, and you start feeling you relax. My endorphins clearly are flowing. We affirm we live in a cosmos filled with songs, atmospheres, vibrations beyond those of human culture. Those vibrations are not outside but within us. It feels like a home. Feels like a home. And they are atoms and molecules that give us these feelings of the universe. We are standard. We are made of the same fabric as everything else in the universe. And the animals have all the same hormones, neurotransmitters that we have. Even a one-cell organism makes endorphins. Isn't that interesting? So when we allow ourselves to connect with nature, we feel the same, because nature is the same, And they're made of the same substances. You are already at home when you're walking in nature. Nature, look at the grass, smell it, see it. It'll secrete some of these hormones. Remember nature. I am the wind that breathes upon the sea. We're all connected. I am the wave on the ocean. I am the murmur of the leaves rustling. Yes. Look at the leaves. I am the rays of the sun. The energy is the same throughout. I am the beam of the moon and the stars. I am the power of the trees growing. Same energy, just presented differently. I am the courage of the wild boar fighting. I am the speed of the stag running. I am the strength of the ox pulling the plow. We're all interrelated with the endorphins. I am the size of the mighty oak tree. I used to hug an oak tree, and I think I picked up some of their neurotransmitters, and it would make me feel good. And so I'm the thoughts of all the people. And many of us have pets. Watching an animal is good medicine. Watching, if they're doing something good, they can do something bad too. Since I've Elon, why do I name an Elon? I'll let you guess it. And that's not a favorable or a negative statement. I did that a year and a half ago. Elon, so you can guess his last name. So watching animals is good medicine, remembering the sun. The sun is tiny when you look at the solar system. When you look at the universe, it gives you a certain feeling, but then it also affects your body. And the sun is 93 million miles away, hot, bright. Our skin and eyes can be burnt with it. We ignore its size and power. And the oldest known prayer, called the Gayatri, Gayatri, from Hinduism, was written to the sun. Many religious centers on the sun. Many of the previous religions from old tribes from years ago, you can read about them. instinct. And we stole their religion away. You know? I believe in religion, but we have to respect religions of thousands of years ago. They connected to nature, the sun, and the universe, and maybe they had a point. Read about it. Read about it. Many energy medicine systems, like Ayurveda medicine you hear about, is the energy of the sun. It's prana, a term they use, which vitalizes our own physical bodies, makes them feel better. We live within the aura of the stars. That's us. So, so that I don't, in case I run out of time, I write songs that we could all sing to prevent disease and illnesses or make us feel better. So I wrote one about endorphins, and I'm going to read it to you. It's short. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but I am going to put it out. And, well, now we know it's going out to YouTube. It'll be out there within an hour probably. Take vitamin M, music. It will stimulate your endorphins. The feel-good hormones will explode in your body. Endorphins are golden nectar, our bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. Endorphins are connected to every cell. You know that already. They are your strawberries, the feel-good hormones. Lift up your face, soften your eyes, cause you to smile. Endorphins are golden nectar, our bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. Endorphins relieve stress and clean up the mess. They're released by the cosmos, the sun, the stars, the universe. Endorphins are golden nectar, our bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. The cosmos, prana, and chi are for you and me. We live in a field of songs. Baby, it's cold outside. Why don't you come in? Stardust are in the rays of the sun and universe above the Milky Way. Endorphins are golden nectar, our bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. Our strawberries, I told you what they are. The inner smile, the beautiful tree, birds singing, a blue sky and butterflies flying by, scents and taste and visions and music and colors. I'm in heaven. Endorphins can be delivered to any part of your body. The golden stream of endorphins lead to good health. We are the microelectric being connected to the forest and the Milky Way. Absorb, guide, and spread. Fill your chakras, meridians, and molecules of emotion. Meditate. Connect to the chi, the prana, and tribal state. And feel good forever. So now this will be on the YouTube and across the world within the hour. Let me read a little bit more to you so I think you begin to understand it. So I want you to develop your strawberries, the feel-good things, the smile, the happy eyes, the positive thoughts. Awareness of the body. turn attention towards the sun, think how powerful close it actually is. When you think about the rest of the universe, remembering the universe beyond the sun is a galaxy of which it is a tiny part. The sun, very large, many miles away, but it's just part of the universe, and our energy is also located there. It's universal energy. Just our body, it's a smaller amount of energy, but it is electromagnetic energy. So remembering the universe beyond the sun is a galaxy of which it is a tiny part. The Milky Way, millions of stars. The sun is parent to the sun. The Milky Way is a parent to the sun. The sun is parent to the Milky Way. Okay? Your strawberries, your gateways, working with the events throughout, create pleasure. Create pleasure. No matter how terrible your situation, there'll always be a strawberry. Remember that. No matter how things bad are in life, try to think positively, endorphins will flow. And there will always be something that will connect you with the world. So a strawberry is anything or any thought that gives you pleasure. Okay? Remember, I want you to have your own strawberry list before this day is out and use it every day. And I'll feel better. That'll be part of my strawberry. So it makes you smile, opens your heart, makes you feel good about life. Helpful to divide strawberries into categories. Places that you think about, a place you've been. People's pets and animals, an animal that you had or still have. That's a strawberry. Maybe your wife or husband or your children or your neighbors. A peak experience you had. I won that match. I played tennis all over the world. So I have some favorite stories in foreign countries where I won a match. And I can think of that and make myself feel good. Or religious figures, religious symbols that make you feel good. But develop a list of ones you use. And you can use sense or taste, some colors, in a pleasurable event or thought. Triggers feel-good endorphins, relaxers. It energetically melts the body's tension so that vitality can be absorbed. You can feel good. Pause. Absorb. Get in the habit and pay attention to your emotions and knowledge, and then think of your triggers in your life. When you pause, you're more likely to absorb those hormones. Stop and think. So what are daily positive triggers? There could be some daily positive triggers. Make a plan. Remember, I told you to write things down. You need an endorphin flow to improve your health. If you're unhealthy, see if perhaps positive thinking, singing a song, taking a walk, that'll improve your immunity, and that may take away the illness which you have. Most of the people that I, as a physician, saw that were sick, remember I mentioned before, it was stress. And I believed it so much that after reading Candace Pert's book, Then I put an auditorium in Lutheran Hospital so other doctors would come in and tell their patients about how stress was affecting their life, which can include treatments for cancer. You may not know this, but cancer is a sugar feeder. It grows on sugar, so diabetics are more likely, because they have more sugar in their blood, more likely to get cancer. Viruses are sugar feeders. You want to die from the flu or a pandemic, you know a pandemic is coming. It's guaranteed. You read the history of the world, and I've read many of those books. Another viral attack will indeed happen. Some will die immediately, and some will survive it. They'll be left. But they're sugar eaters because viruses are a non-living thing. Hardly anybody I speak to knows that. Read about it. Viruses are dead. They're called viromes. Before that, and then so they get to enter some cell and steal the sugar. So if you are not a diabetic, the sugar level isn't up, you're much less likely to die because of that. So we need to improve our thought process. The inner smile is important. We need to know that the mind is connected with health. You need to know that the mind is connected with health. You need to also realize that our government, national, local, state, that they are not bringing this up, that we could prevent a disease. A new companies coming to town. I was just reading that letter today, but there was not one word in there about preventing disease. It just told you how they would virtually look at you and talk to you and probably tell you what operation you need or what pill that you need. And so I will again bring up the endorphins a little bit, the song I wrote, and go over it again. Make sure that you understand it, pass it on. It's going to spread across the world within an hour. Yeah, Eugene, who runs the show, will. And we thank the library so much for having these public access shows, which will be on Monday, a half hour on diabetes, 1 hour will be this show. But they've already gone to YouTube today, and they'll be available to everyone. So endorphins, take vitamin M, music. I think that's a good one. In the mornings when I get up, for example, I say, Alexa, play the songs. Play Rudy's playlist. I have 10 songs on there which you cannot access on your Alexa. You have to write down your own playlist. But I think that's a good way to begin the day. With the endorphins flowing and you're feeling good, you're going to have a better lay, then maybe lay in bed and do some meditation. Anyway, take vitamin M music. It will stimulate your endorphins. The feel-good hormones will explode in your body. Endorphins are the golden nectar, our bliss. We don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. Endorphins are connected to every cell. They are your strawberries. You now know what strawberries means here. Lift up your face, soften your eyes, and smile. Endorphins are golden nectar, our bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. I want you to understand that, so I repeat it a few times. Endorphins relieve stress and clean up the mess. They're released by the cosmos, the sun, the stars, the universe. Endorphins are golden nectar, our bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. Get it into your life. The cosmos, prana and chi are for you and me. Quantum energy, ancient tribes felt the bliss. We live in a field of songs. Baby, it's cold outside. Please come in. Stardust are the rays of the sun in the universe above the Milky Way. Endorphins are golden nectar, a bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. Our strawberries, the inner smile, the beautiful tree, the birds that are singing, blue sky and butterflies flying by, the scents, the tastes, the visions, the music, the colors. I'm in heaven. Endorphins can be delivered to any part of your body. The golden stream of endorphins lead to good health. We are a microelectric being connected to the forest and Milky Way. Absorb, guide, and spread. Fill your chakras, meridians, and molecules of emotion. Meditate, connect to the chi, the prana, the tribal state, and feel good forever. I think you now should understand what the endorphins, which we all have, your dog's got them, your cat's got them, the one-cell animals have them. And I would like for you, if you wish to read more about it, William Bloom, The Endorphin Effect. I quoted a lot out of that book. A breakthrough strategy for holistic health and spiritual well-being. Yeah, and spiritual well-being. I encourage you to buy this book, $16 for a new one. Like I said, on Amazon, probably you could buy one for $3 or $4. I encourage people to do that for all the books I recommend. I only get 2,000 books in my basement, and I've read them all. You've heard about them on these shows, and then they go to YouTube. I now on YouTube probably have 1,000 TV shows you could watch for free. Yes, and I'm starting podcasting here at the library. And also in Fort Wayne, I am on the first Monday of every month, except September because of Labor Day, from 6 to 8, giving a lecture on preventing diabetes. You can meet myself in person. All that is free. That should help many of you, and talk to me and ask me questions. Tell me your story. You can agree or disagree with what I've been saying, but I'd like to remind you, 2,000 books in my basement. I recently moved to the downtown instead of to Florida because I thought what I'm doing here is more important. I am a doctor after all. And why am I doing this? Because I love you. I love you. That's why I want to dance with you. I don't play pickleball with you. I want you to smile at me to release my endorphins and your endorphins. But anyway, thanks for watching the show. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. And, thanks so much. And I love you. And send me a note. Give me a hug. Or name of a book that I should read. Thank you.